And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show has action out of the NL Central. It's the St. Louis Cardinals going up against the Cincinnati Reds. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Singing a guy who could change this game with one swing of the bat, Kyle Farmer.
Yeah, Boog, he's one of the pillars of this lineup. And when you have a guy like that that's so consistent and so productive, you want to make sure you can do whatever you can to get him to the plate. Get him as many at-bats as you can in a ball game. If you do that, you've got a really good chance of scoring a lot of runs.
Just about set to go now. And on the hill here today, Tyler Mahle.
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
So just about set now. Tommy Edman at the plate.
Leading off the afternoon for St. Louis, the second baseman, Tommy.
And a pitch.
Edman.
Right side. Steps on first for the out. Now we take a check of the St. Louis Cardinals lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Corey Dickerson.
Well, Boog, there aren't many guys who have a flair for the big moment like he does. I mean, batting over 400 with runners in scoring position. Are you kidding me? I know it's not guaranteed or an automatic, but I hope we get to see him in a close, late-game situation with runners in scoring position and just see, is he truly a machine or not?
And fouled off. No score, just getting started, top of the first. Next offering is downstairs.
Well, he missed badly with that 0-2 fastball. Hitter has to understand, probably wants to try to put him away with that pitch, so got to stay ready for it.
1-2 now. Off the plate, and that's ball 2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Here's the 2-2. And that's downstairs and outside. And down on strikes. And there are 2 down.
Well, he should get some fist bumps when he gets back into the dugout, because even though he strikes out, he saw a lot of pitches and he battled. And this is a long haul where you're trying to get that pitch count up as early as possible. So gave the guys behind him an opportunity to see what's working for this pitcher or not. But I tell you what, it's a nice job right there.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt. Mahle back to work. And there's a ball. The pitch. That's out to center field. Senzel glides back, brings it in for the 3rd out. Nothing doing there for St. Louis. Cardinals nothing. Reds coming to bat. Back after this on the show. Bottom of the first. Now it's the veteran outfielder, Tommy Pham.
Possibly thinking about home run number 100 here. He's just one shy of that milestone.
The wind and the pitch. And takes low for ball 1. In the air, right side. Carlson makes the grab. 1 away.
Batting second.
Here's the lineup for the Reds. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Kyle Farmer.
And he's leading them in runs batted in this season, which tells me this guy is able to slow things down when it seems like there's a little bit of pressure, and he's looking at it as an opportunity to do damage. You know, a lot of guys, they see runners on base and they get big. They feel like all this pressure, I've got to get these runs in, but somehow he seems to settle into these situations. So watch out when he comes to the plate.
Donovan Solano in the box here, lets that one go for a ball. Next offering is in for a strike.
Starting to get some pretty good timing on that breaking ball, but he's going to have to stay ready for a fastball. Don't want to watch one go right by you.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Now 2 away.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Guys become defensive, and all of a sudden, for the hitter, that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
And the batter now is Joey Votto. The 0-1. Ground ball up the middle. Nice grab. And very nicely done for the out.
That was a great job of doing the math. He had the perfect angle, diving stop, completes the play, and that ends the inning.
And welcome back. Top of the second. Here's Nolan
Leading
Arenado.
off for the Cardinals, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
And a pitch. Ball one, no strikes. Next offering is in for a strike. Ed Drummond, our umpire behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Boogie's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great thing is you don't see players questioning the calls too much. So that's a good thing in this day and age.
Swings and lines a base hit into left field.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Tyler.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. Good power, not great in the OBP department. And a pitch. And there's the strike. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strengths. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle. Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
In the dirt. The throw is late, and the speedy runner is on at first. And now a man into scoring position. The 1-2. O'Neill checks his swing. Now an appeal to first. That's a strikeout. Woody Keller says he won a round.
Batting sixth,
Here's Corey Dickerson.
the designated hitter, Corey Dickerson.
Here comes a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. No score here in the second. Next pitch is downstairs.
If you're going to be a championship type of ball club, you've got to hit with runners in scoring position. And after last night's struggles, I'm sure these guys are chomping at the bit to have this kind of opportunity here early in this game.
Popped up to the left into foul ground, and that's a foul ball. Oh, that got him on the mound. Safe at first, and now after the play, we'll check on the right-hander status.
That is 7. The catcher, number 4, Yadier Molina.
And stepping up to the dish is Yadier Molina. The pitch. Ball one there. At the belt and fires. They say it went. Arenado at third. Dickerson over at first with one away. Righty delivers. That one at 95, missed up top.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. It's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
Got him. Huge strikeout there.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Harrison Bader next up for the Cardinals. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. The pitch. Strike 2.
Well, the offense really struggled last night. I mean, it was awful. So I think picking up a run right here, that's going to get him going a little bit.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that is that. So the Cards strand a couple. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the second. Now here is Mike Moustakas.
For the Reds, the third baseman, Mike Moustakas.
The right-hander back to work. He swings and fouls one off. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
Base hit, so a runner aboard to start the inning. So, Singy, let's dive into the numbers, courtesy of StatCast. Do you even feel contact being made when you hit a ball that hard?
No, I don't think so, Boog. I mean, that's just the best feeling in the world as a hitter. You square it up perfectly, and it's like you didn't even swing the bat. And there are times the ball feels heavy off your bat. You know it, but this is not one of those cases. He sent this one flying 114 miles per hour, so that's flexing your muscles a little bit.
0-0 here in the bottom of the second. Next offering is down low.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
The pitch. Oh, and the zone doesn't get the call. And it's 2-1. And the right-hander deals. And that one is lifted in the air. And there's one away.
Batting sixth, the second baseman,
Jonathan India at the plate.
India.
And here it comes. And ball one. Second inning here, no score. Next offering is in for a strike. The 1-1. There's the strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
In the dirt. Throws down to first, but he wasn't going anywhere.
Batting seventh.
And now Tyler Stevenson. The pitch. Strike one. Oh, and 2 as he waves at that one.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Next offering is fouled back. Kicks and deals. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. So one left for Cincinnati. We'll move to the third with no score. On to the third inning. Now it's going to be Dylan Carlson.
Off to St. Louis, the right fielder, number 3, Dylan Carlson.
And the right-hander back to work. There's the strike.
Well, in an 0-0 count, not every strike is a good strike for a hitter. I like the plate discipline there.
The wind of the pitch. In the air, left field. Dives, but it kicks off his glove.
That's a ball that a lot of times you'll see the shortstop or left fielder be able to get to if it hangs up in the air long enough. But right there, it just died and found a way to drop in on the green stuff for the base hit.
At the plate, Tommy Edman grounded out his first time. And a pitch. Good eye right there.
Count 1-0.
And misses inside. Top of the third, no score. The 2-0 is in for a strike. Runner on the go. Swing and a miss. He's in there.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for these guys.
Righty to the plate. Good eye right there. And there's ball 4.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open, walk not a bad thing. He set up a double play opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Edmundo Sosa next up for the Cardinals. So RBI spot, but Chris, this is a guy that is not really swinging the bat all that well here.
In this situation, you have a real good opportunity to get swings and misses and record a strikeout. I think you attack him in this spot.
Right-hander kick steals. Double steal. Puts it in the air out towards left center. Coming on is Pham to make the play. And there's one away.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but a competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at-bat.
Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
The pitch.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam. 1-0 count. Look for him to be aggressive here. You got some runners on base, an opportunity to catch a mistake and put some runs up on the board.
Next one off the plate inside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
That misses, and that's ball 3. The 3-1. Swings through that. And he walked him.
No, that sets up a really big at-bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
So digging in, Nolan Arenado. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
Malley back to work. That one misses, and it's 1-0.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Slapped foul. The 1-1. Good eye in that spot.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Carlson on third. Edman over at second. Goldie at first. 1 gone. Next offering clips the zone count even at 2.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. That one just misses.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
And he deals. There's the swing and a drive from Arenado. Deep to left. Pulls it in on the warning track. And the Cardinals score first. It's 1-0.
Well, he'll take the sac fly on the mound right there. Bases loaded. I mean, this is a high leverage situation. And if you can limit the other team, you're doing pretty good work. See if you can get this next out.
Here's the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. First pitch, not close.
He's so solid. Calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air.
And there's a foul ball. The 1-1. Swings and misses. And the count 1-2.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
2 on, 2 outs. Got it. Good job of damage control right there. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Cardinals 1 and the Reds nothing. As we go to the last of the 3rd. Kyle Farmer up to the plate now.
The Reds. Not shortstop.
Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. In the air to left center. O'Neill makes the grab. 1 up, 1 down.
Batting 9th, the center fielder, Nick Senzel.
Now it's Nick Senzel. The wind of the pitch. Foul ball. And the righty deals. And now it's even up. Kicks and fires. That's in there. One down, base is empty. Up the middle. Over to Goldie. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, left fielder,
Tommy Pham, the next to hit. He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. In there for strike 1. Next offering is fouled back. Oh, and 2 now. And now 1 and 2. And a curve misses outside. And the 2-2. Stays alive. The next pitch misses. 3 and 2 now.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
2 outs. Got him looking. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Nobody left for Cincinnati. And it remains 1-0. New inning getting started. Here's Dickerson now.
leading off for St. Louis, the designated hitter, Corey Dickerson.
And the pitch. Slider clips the zone.
He needs a quick 1-2-3 this time around. Last inning, threw a lot of pitches.
Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out.
Well, 3 pitches, down, fastball up, swinging, boog. It's like learning a chord progression, getting those strums right, man. So many pitchers prefer working north-south these days compared to the east-west, and that was a great example right there.
Now Molina at the plate. Here comes a pitch. And a good eye there.
Counts 1-0.
And the 1-0. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Now, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
And a base hit.
Now batting, the center fielder, Harrison.
Man at first with 1 gone. Here's the center fielder, Harrison Bader. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And that's in there for strike 1. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That's back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
The right fielder, number 3, Dylan Carlson.
This is Dylan Carlson. The right-hander back to work. That misses. Ball 1. Next offering is in for a strike.
1-1.
Molina off of first with 2 away. Pitch misses. 2-1. That one in for a strike. 2-2.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
The pitch. Got him looking. That's the 3rd out. The Cards leave 1, but they're on top 1-0. Back here in Cincinnati, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Donovan Solano.
Hitter, Donovan Solano.
The pitch. And takes low for ball 1. On the ground. Sneaks through. Base hit.
Dominant performance for him today, Boo. Just 2 hits allowed so far. No runs across either. And he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Joey Votto.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hard the order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
The pitch. There's the strike at the knees.
It's just been an impressive outing so far. Continues to pound the zone pitch after pitch, and he's been able to stay down. That's what's been key.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Lead runner holds up, They're at first and second with nobody out.
Well, a swing
Now
like
batting.
that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here's Mike Moustakas to hit, and he's already singled in this game. Next pitch downstairs, and that's ball one. Left-hand batter waits. And another ball. First and second here, no outs. The 2-0 is in for a strike. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Sosa over to second. A sensational double play.
The right fielder, number 12.
Nice soft hands on the backhand right there in the 6th hole. Starts the double play. It's not an easy throw, but he puts it on the money. Really good job to get that double play started.
Tyler Naquin to the plate. And here it comes. That one missing inside. So after the double play, he's trying to pick up his teammate and tie this game. And a pitch. Bounce to third. Arenado collects. Play made. That ends the inning. Reds leave one. They trail here 1-0. Welcome back. We go to the top of the 5th. Now up for St. Louis, Tommy Edman. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offensive side for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. First pitch, and he just misses. Next offering down in the dirt. And that one fouled off. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Two now. Hard on the ground to first. A flip to the pitcher covering, and they get Edman for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now the number 2 hitter, Edmundo Sosa. And the right-hander back to work. That one is upstairs. And the right-hander deals. 2 balls, no strikes to count. Next offering is in for a strike. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Gets him to chase after that one.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
The punch out there, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd time today. And here's the
Now
first
batting,
baseman, Paul
the first
Goldschmidt.
baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
The line to kick the pitch. And a foul ball.
Well, the hitter's got his timing down for the breaking ball. If you're a pitcher, if you can get that fastball in on the hands, it's going to be very difficult for that hitter to get the barrel to it.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Next offering is fouled back. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Third out, and that ends the frame. 1, 2, 3 go to Cardinals, but they hold a 1-0 lead. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Here's the second baseman, Jonathan India.
Well, these fans definitely want to get involved in the game. All it's going to take is to get the leadoff man or even a base runner on.
And that curveball drops in there for a strike.
Now, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if he can mix that in whenever he wants.
Kicks and deals. Up the middle, sneaks through, base hit. And that knock bumps his hitting streak into double digits, Chris. He's hitting 10 straight.
Yeah, and on a nice trajectory, average going up, OBP, everything he's doing at the plate right now just seems to be working.
No outs, runner at first. Here's the catcher, Tyler Stevenson. The pitch, and there he goes. Up the middle, whips it to first in time. And that is a big first out.
Now batting, shortstop, Kyle Farmer.
Now it's the shortstop, Kyle Farmer.
Well, there's a reason why he's at the bottom of the order. Struggling as of late, but a knock here would be a huge lift for him and for his team.
And a pitch. And that one missing low. 1 out and a runner at second.
Well, Boog, if you're that base runner at second base, you want to be quiet out there. Not bouncing around, not distracting your teammate, the hitter. Make sure that he can clearly focus on that pitcher and that release play.
Line drive, base hit. India rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score and they've tied it. It's 1-1.
Picks himself up an RBI. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Nick Senzel now at the plate. Grounded out his first time. And a pitch. That one laced to center and a base hit. Not in time. He's safe.
Now batting, the left fielder,
Here's Tommy Pham. And he deals. And a foul ball. Farmer, the runner at third. Senzel at second with 1 away. Next offering is downstairs. Movement in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Brandon Waddell preparing to come on if needed. At the belt and fires. That one fouled off. The 1-2. In the air, right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
Well, on the mound, very efficient, able to produce an outcome, it seems like, within the 3rd or 4th pitch of just about every at-bat.
Here's Donovan Solano, 1 for 2.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
Here comes a pitch. Now a check swing, but he held up. Next pitch misses, and now 2-0. Righty to the plate. Edmonds slings to first. 3rd out, but the RBI single pushes across a run. All even at 1 apiece. And welcome back. Here's Nolan Arenado.
Leading off for the Cardinals, the 3rd baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Malley back to work. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
This game has been so tight, feels like the next team to score will win it.
The pitch. And a foul ball. Righty delivers. And that's downstairs and outside. Activity in the bullpen for the Reds. Ryan Hendricks, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Strickland warming up as well. The wind of the pitch. And that one fouled off. And the righty deals. And delivers outside.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
And here it comes. Stays alive.
Quite the matchup we're seeing here. 6 foul balls in this at bat alone, really making him work out there.
Next offering is foul back.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time, gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Check swing on the 2-2. Appeal to first. Nope, he held back. Out towards left center. Senzel settles underneath it. Makes the grab, 1 down.
Now batting, left fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Now the Reds manager is out of the dugout and will make a move to the pen. Tyler Malley gives way, and it's a tie ball game as he heads for the dugout. Back with a new arm after a quick break. Tony Santillan comes on now. He's into the game with the bases empty.
Number 64.
Well, at this point of the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and the little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply.
When you have a real athletic player and who's able to do the baseball mechanical things really well, look out, because the sky's the limit on that potential.
Right-handed reliever. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. 2 away now. Here's
Now
Corey
back,
Dickerson.
Designated hitter, Corey Dickerson.
And a pitch. Ball 1 there.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
So 2 balls and no strikes. Slap the other way, foul.
He's mixing his pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if he can elevate one. I think if he does, he'll get the swing and miss.
Next offering clips the zone count even at 2. This one in the air right field. Can't field it cleanly. Dickerson into second, and he's got a double.
Put a very nice swing on that pitch right there. Got one to drive and just kept it fair down that right field line and into the corner. And it's almost impossible to track those down as an outfielder. Now a good opportunity to potentially jump ahead in this game here in the later innings.
And stepping up to the dish is Yadier Molina. The right-hander back to work. Ooh. Man at second. That one catches the zone, and it's 1-1. Runner at second, 2 down. That hits the dirt. Now 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch is popped up and puts the squeeze on that. And that is that. Nice work from the Cincinnati pen there. Heart of the order, 3-4-5 coming up. All tied 1-1. Back here at Great American Ballpark, bottom of the 6th inning. And the batter now is Joey Votto.
The first baseman, Joey Votto.
A wind in the pitch. There's the strike. Action in the St. Louis bullpen. Nick Wittgren, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Whitley getting loose as well. The wind of the pitch.
Ball. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And now 2-1. The next offering misses. 3-1 now. Right-hander kicks, deals. There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Now batting, third baseman, Mike Moustakas.
Here's Mike Moustakas to hit. The pitch. Now one missed.
You can expect this hitter to be looking for something on a tee. He can get up in the air and untie this ball game.
Next pitch is outside.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
That one ripped. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
Tyler Naquin to the plate. And the right-hander back to work. That's off the mark, and that is ball one. Next offering misses, and the count is 2-0. Runner at second here, one gone. The 2-0 is in for a strike. The 2-1. On the ground, right side. Over to Goldie. That's the second out.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Jonathan India at the plate. And the pitch. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. The pitch. That misses the zone. 1-1. Moose on third with two out. The next pitch misses, and a count 2-1.
Definitely a frustrating day for the offense, but when they look at it, this guy's had his best stuff. Been painting the corners, working on the edges and changing speeds. Just a difficult one. You tip your cap.
The pitch. And one fouled off, 2-2. Two outs. Bounced up the middle. That's a base hit as a run scores.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
In now for the Reds, Tyler Stevenson. Good contact guy, good defender. And a pitch. And that one off the outside edge. And the right-hander deals. And he takes a strike. Here's a 1-1.
Count 2-1.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind him.
The 2-1. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. And it's fouled away. The 2-2. And down on strikes. And that will end the inning. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. Back here at the ballpark, we go to the top of the 7th. And stepping in for the Cardinals, Harrison Bader.
Harrison Bader.
And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
It's good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Look out, almost got him upstairs.
You see how the catcher wanted that pitch up and in, wanted to try to tie him up. That's the one thing we're seeing, that high fastball. You have to get it up there because of how hitters have changed their swings.
2-2 now. Got him. That's his second strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
This is Dylan Carlson. First offering misses the mark.
Counts 1-0.
And a 1-1. And now 2-1 after that missed inside. The 2-1. Fought off foul. Next pitch misses inside, and it's 3-2. Looking to get the tying run on base. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Three-two now. And a swing and a line drive at a right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
Well, off the bat, it looked like they might get that tying run on base. Maybe even extra bases. No dice, though. A little unlucky on that one.
Back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Tommy Edman next up for the Cardinals. And he deals. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Kicks and fires. Check swing, but he went too far. That's strike 1.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Line drive. And that is that. And down in order go the Cardinals. And our score remains 2-1. Pitching change here. Cody Whitman.
Now pitching.
He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh.
Cody Whitman.
Back here in Cincinnati, bottom of the 7th. Kyle Farmer up to the plate now.
For the Reds, the shortstop, Kyle Farmer.
Here comes the pitch. And that one in the air center field. Bader drifts towards it, puts it away for the out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Nick Senzel.
Now it's Nick Senzel. And here it comes. And ball 1.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
Kicks and deals. Rolled over to third. What a stop. And that's a great play for the out.
Now batting, left field.
My goodness singing. That was a great diving stop and maybe even a better throw.
Yeah, this out is all about athleticism. I mean, this guy did a great job knocking it down on the dive, but he doesn't get the out without the cannon of a throw. That was just impressive all around.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now the left fielder, Tommy Pham. And the pitch. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes. Tapped softly on the ground. Sends it to first. That is the inning. And 1-2-3 go the Reds. But they still lead it 2-1. Pitcher for the Reds, Justin Wilson, trying to protect this lead.
Well, I think that what makes him so tough against left-handers is he hides the ball for a long time. And from that same side, harder for you to determine which part of the plate it's going to end up on.
Leading off from St. Louis, the shortstop, Edmundo Sosa.
The pitch. Sosa able to hold up on that one. Activity in the bullpen. Lucas Sims up and loosening in the pen. Sessa getting cranked up as well. Lifted in the air right center field. Flashes the leather on the running catch. And there's one down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tie and run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
The pitch. And that one just missed off the outside edge. In for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
The tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
Up next for the Cardinals, the third baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Here's Nolan Arenado. The pitch. And a base hit on the line. So, Singy, let's dive into the numbers, courtesy of StatCast. Do you even feel contact being made when you hit a ball that hard?
No, I don't think so, Boog. I mean, that's just the best feeling in the world as a hitter. You square it up perfectly, and it's like you didn't even swing the bat. And there are times the ball feels heavy off your bat. You know it, but this is not one of those cases. He sent this one flying 114 miles per hour, so that's flexing your muscles a little bit.
O'Neill in the box now. Takes a called strike.
Running at first base, number 21, Lars Newbar.
Next pitch misses, and the count even 1-1.
Typically, the outfield defense will play a little bit deeper just to keep the ball in front, make sure that runner on first doesn't come all the way around to score and tie this ball game up.
Nootbaar off of first with 2 away. Wilson throws over, back in there standing.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see a visit from the pitching coach here. Just to remind him, focus on the hitter. Don't worry about anything else.
Here's a 2-1. Late on that fastball.
He's had a tough day at the plate. 3 strikeouts already. It's hard not to think negative, but you got to find a way to somehow center up the baseball and put it in play.
The pitch. And that one fouled off. The pitch. And now the count filled up 3-2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Pretty much the last thing you want from your bullpen arms are free passes, especially in spots like this. Make the team earn their way on.
Here's Dickerson now.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
And the pitch. In for a strike. 0-1. And now the lefty. And that one wrapped foul.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Next one misses, and it's 1-2. Out there to center. Senzel gets there. He's under it. Makes the grab, and that's the 3rd out. So the Cards strand a couple. They're down 2-1. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Nick Wickgren. And his job is to collect quick outs and keep his team within striking distance.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Paul DeYoung now in the game as he takes over 3rd. Bottom of the 8th. Here's Donovan Solano.
Leading off for the Reds, the designated hitter, Donovan Solano.
And he deals. Good eye right there. The 1-0. In the air, out towards left center. O'Neill makes the play, and a quick out, number 1.
The first baseman, number 19.
And now the first baseman, Joey Votto. 1 for 3. And a pitch. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, I've noticed they've been pitching him hard inside, and the key is if you're going to make a mistake, you got to make it off the dish. If it leaks out over the plate with this kind of power, you'll be asking for a new baseball.
The rope into right, and that's a base hit.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. These days, when you see a ball come off the bat like that, the first thing you want to know as a spectator, what was the exit velocity? 109 in this case. I mean, that's just impressive, and it's so cool we can get that sort of feedback so instantly in today's game.
Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. One-run game, one out, one on. The next offering misses, and 1-1. Here's the pitch, run around the goal. Swing and a miss to second, and he's out.
Man, I see him trying to be aggressive right there late in this ball game, trying to add on to that lead. You know, I really like the thought, but it just didn't work out that time. Nice job by the defense right there to keep things right where they are in terms of the score.
At the belt and fires. That's inside. Cut on and miss, struck him out. That's the third out, inning over.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
Welcome back, and here comes the closer, Lucas Sims. And he'll work on holding this lead.
Number 39, Lucas.
We go to the ninth, and now the Cardinals catcher, Yadier Molina.
Leading off for St. Louis, the catcher, Yadier Molina.
Here comes a pitch. That misses the zone. Ball one.
1-0.
And fouled off. Next offering is in for a strike. Right-hander kicks, deals. Foul ball there. And the righty deals. That misses the zone. 2-2. And the right-hander deals. Good eye in that spot. Righty to the plate. And a swing and a miss. And one away.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach. When you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
And now Bader up to the plate. And a pitch. And there's a ball.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
Looking to get the tying run on base.
1-1.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. And now 2 balls and a strike. And a pitch. And that misses off the outside edge. The 3-1. And that's ball 4.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
1 down, runner at first. Dylan Carlson next up for the Cardinals. This is what stat nerds like myself might call a high leverage situation.
Yeah, Boog, not sure what the numbers say, but clearly an at-bat that could change the course of this game dramatically.
First offering, and it just misses.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
And the 1-0. Way inside, gets out of the way. Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
2-0. And now just 2 outs away.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of a double play here.
Left-hand batter waits.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Sims picks to first. Bader dives back. Right-handed reliever. Got him. Now only 1 out remaining.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Tommy Edman at the plate. Sims back to work. There's the strike. And the 0-1. That one's in there, and it's 0-2.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game.
With this win here today, you've won the first 2 games of this 3-game series, so you would think the work is done. But when you're at home, I don't believe so. You got to come back with a mindset for Game 3 that you want to win it, and you're going to go out and do everything that it takes. You win like that at home, you position yourself for good things down the stretch.
And your final score here today, 2-1. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shammy. Thanks for joining us.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon for the victorious Cincinnati Reds. 2 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base. For St. Louis, 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 36 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safe.